Speaking for the entire county, serving Dillon, Latta, and Lakeview by covering our local news and upcoming events. Please join us now for Chamber Moments.
Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Robin Thompson, and Robin is with the Dillon County Theater, and I'm excited because we're going to start a new season pretty soon.
We are. We're kicking off our 2019-2020 season. We've had quite a year in 2019. We had the Smithsonian exhibit that we sponsored, and we had the wonderful new renovation with our Fox grant, and we have a new carpet, new paint. It's so nice in the theater to walk in there, and we're very excited to start our new season. We're starting it a little later this year than normal. We're starting in November. We're going to have a kickoff weekend. We're going to really celebrate Veterans Day weekend. We have a production coming from Coastal Stage Productions, and we've brought that group before. They're bringing us a romantic comedy called The Last Romance. And that's going to be on Saturday, November the 9th.
Right.
And it will be that evening. And then on Monday, November the 11th, we'll have our Veterans program that James Lockamy puts together, and I usually provide the music for. So we're doing that, and then the theater is helping to sponsor a Christmas production that'll be done in December. Have a special event planned in January. Have Nick Townsend coming. I think that's going to be a dinner chef, something kind of. We have to wait for the details on that.
Right, wait for the details, but we want folks to know about it, because if they're looking for Christmas presents, the theater membership.
That's right.
And also the event with Nick Townsend will be absolutely wonderful Christmas presents.
It sure would. It surely would. And then we'll conclude our season. We're bringing the Theater of the Republic from Conway, South Carolina back, and they're going to bring a musical review for us, and that'll be end of the spring, first of the summer. So we've got a lot of exciting things planned, and you'll be getting a letter out to the patrons and benefactors and sponsors, and hopefully have some information in the newspaper and all for people. But we hope you'll support us this season and come and enjoy, as I think we'll have a lot to offer. Let's
give our viewers one more time those first 2 dates of the shows that we have coming first.
We're kicking the season off on Veterans Day weekend, and on that Saturday the 9th, we're bringing from Coastal Stage Productions, are bringing their comedy The Last Romance. And then on Monday, immediately following that, on Monday evening, we're going to have our annual Veterans Day salute that James Lockamy and I do, and we honor all the veterans. And James usually has a unique theme that we center the program around, and that's become a tradition in Dillon. It's usually well attended, and we hope it'll be a full house this year.
Thank you, Robin. I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Netta Gilcrest, and Netta's with the Pregnancy Center here in Dillon. First, let's just talk a little bit about what our Pregnancy Center is, Netta.
Our Pregnancy Center is actually a safe place for moms who are facing a crisis pregnancy. These are moms who find themselves pregnant. This isn't a planned baby, and they just need some help. And that's where we come in. And it's not just it's for new or existing moms. So either you're pregnant or you've newly delivered your baby. We're a place that you can come, you can learn about your baby, your body, and you can get help while you learn.
Okay. Is it just for the moms, or do we have support for the fathers of the babies?
It is for anyone who has a connection to the baby. We've had grandparents, we've had moms, dads, foster parents. So if you find yourself with a baby, then you can get help from our center.
Okay. I know you have a lot of things planned for the future, a lot of different events, and it's wonderful that the community is involved. Yes. And it's almost like we have something every month that someone can participate in. If they're not comfortable with one thing, there's another program they can do. Let's talk about a couple of different things.
Well, right now we're in the middle of our 40 Days of Prayer. We kick that off September the 25th, and it runs through November 3rd. And what that is we're asking local churches to take a day and to pray to end abortion. Of course, we always need prayer. You can pray for us every day, any day, as often as you'd like. And if you'd like to volunteer in the center, we always need people who are willing to, just lend hands, folding clothes, sorting clothes, going through and washing the different donations that we do get. Speaking of donations, we have a great need for everything baby. We take gently used items. We always need diapers. We always need wipes. We always need baby bath and body care items. We do take gently used car seats and cribs and items like that. But please, if you wouldn't use it, please don't, give it to us to use.
Right, exactly. Now, when we're talking about the baby wash and stuff like that, some things are kind of off the list now than when maybe I was growing up or when people were having children. Like sometimes you can't use the baby powder like you used to.
We don't take nor use baby powder nor baby oil.
Okay.
And that's for safety reasons. If you'd like to know more about that, give us a call at the center, and I'd be happy to tell you why we no longer use those products. So those are the we don't like stuffed animals, but those are the very few things that we don't take. Everything else,
Okay, great.
we have a need
Wonderful.
for it, and we'd like to have it.
All right. Let's talk about, I think there's a bike run coming up.
We do. So there's the 40 days of prayer now. You can call the center to snag your day to pray. And then we have the bike run coming up November the 16th. What that is where local bikers support the ministry by just riding through Dillon County. We'll start in Dillon. We'll run through Lakeview, Latta, end up in Dillon. You got a free lunch. And of course, there's a grand prize of 4 days and 5 days, 4 nights in Hilton Head. So there's the cost to ride, which is your love donation, $10 for the singles and $15 for doubles. You'll get a free lunch, and then you'll get a chance to win that grand prize.
Okay. Now, I think you have some door prizes or bike prizes along the way, don't you?
There'll be a silent auction. A lot of people have donated lots of nice things to help support the ministry, and we'll have door prizes. We've got some T-shirts, and we've got some sale little pop-it things. I don't know what they're called, but we've just got a lot of things. I mean, you'll be blessed. You'll be a blessing to us, and then you'll get a lot of good stuff.
Okay. Now, where's the center located, and your hours and the telephone number?
We're at 310 East Washington Street. We're there Monday from 3 until 8, and we're there Thursday from 9 until 2. And you can reach us at 843-616-6559, 24 hours a day. So if you ever need us, we're just a phone call away.
Thank you, Netta.
No problem.
I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Corey Jackson, and Corey is the owner of Petals and Stems here in Dillon.
Yes, ma'am.
And he has really taken your shop to several different levels. Let's talk a little bit about some inventory that you have in your shop.
In my shop, I carry Tyler Candle Company. It's a big brand of candles. They have 3 different sizes, a 22 ounce, a 16 ounce, and an 8 ounce candle. They also have room spray, drawer sachets, dryer sachets. They have laundry detergent. It's luxury laundry detergent. People love it. And they also have the car scents for your car. Besides Tyler Candle Company, I have Michelle Design Works. It's a luxury bath and body. I have the lotion, hand soap, bars of soap, bubble bath, body wash, bath salts, all that kind of stuff. It's imported from England. I'm also carrying Lennox China. Nobody else in Dillon carries Lennox, so I thought that would be a good thing to bring to Dillon, and that way they can shop in town and don't have to go out of town.
Okay.
So.
And our surrounding areas like Marion County and Marlboro County and stuff like that, we encourage our viewers to come over, and across the North Carolina line too.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It doesn't have to be limited to Dillon. I would love for outside people to come in and shop with me. So.
Let's talk about some of the other services you provide. I believe you do a lot of decorating in homes for the holidays and churches, and of course you book weddings and things like this. Let's talk about what would be involved if I want to start now decorating my house for like the fall. Can any of that transition into my Christmas decorations?
Absolutely.
Or do I have to start all over again?
And like you said, I do home bookings. They'll just call me and tell me what day they want me to come, and I'll come in and decorate the whole home. For fall, you can use your magnolia and cedar. If you don't have cedar, you can do Leland cypress. That's very pretty mixed with the magnolia. Mix some fall leaves, and some cotton's very popular right now. And if you want to continue that, you can just change it out when it dries, of course. But if you want to change it from fall to Christmas, just take the fall leaves out and incorporate some berries, and that would be beautiful. That greenery could go for either season.
Okay. Now, do you provide the greenery, or do
I can order the greenery in, or I can give you some locations where you can go cut it yourself.
And if we wanted to talk about what we wanted to do, we would sit down and come up with a plan,
yes,
right?
Ma'am.
And
I
we
would
could
draw
do
you
a
up
budget.
a plan, and I would get your budget and have everything itemized for you.
Okay. Now, what about your Christmas trees, because you're going to be having an open house pretty
Yes,
soon,
ma'am. I'm
Lord.
having a big open house. Last year we had about 150 people to come. So this year I hope more will come from the surrounding areas. I've got 7 fully decorated Christmas trees, as well as wreaths and all kind of other home decor in the shop. I will be giving away a $1,000 fully decorated Christmas tree for the people that come and shop during my open house. For every item that you purchase, your name is entered into the drawing that many times for the $1,000 Christmas tree. So it attracts a large crowd, and I hope people will come and check it out this year.
Now, when is the open house this year?
Open house will be the 9th and 10th of November. On the 9th, the hours will be 10 to 6, because that's a Saturday, and then the 10th will be on Sunday, and that'll be from 2 to 6.
Okay. Now, will we be limited to just to Christmas decorations then, or will you have other things?
I do have a
available?
section of fall, and like I said, with the Tyler Candle Company, I have your fall candles and that line as well, and then I've got it into Christmas too.
Okay. What is one of the most important things someone needs to do when they're decorating for their home for like fall or Christmas? What is the one piece that they definitely need?
Well, you really just need to sit back and look at your overall, home decor and come up with a game plan. Something on your front door is nice, that makes it feel welcoming, or either a garden flag. I have a variety of fall and Christmas garden flags. You want to tie in the inside and the outside. You want people to feel welcome when they come in, and that's what I would recommend.
And not every room has to be a different thing,
No,
right?
you can have the whole thing throughout the whole house.
Okay.
You can do the same thing, or you can do different things. I've done it both ways for people.
Okay.
It's just whatever your preference is.
Okay. Thank you, Corey.
Well, thank you too.
I'm Johnny Lors with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lors. Today I have as my guest Don Lors, and Don is with Hospice Care of South Carolina. Hello, Don. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, and thank you for being here today. Each month, hospice emphasizes a different program or a different disease or a different way to help someone. What is going on at this particular time?
Well, we do like to educate people on the different diagnoses that we can work with. A lot of times you run into people that think a hospice is focused mainly on cancer, for example, and they don't think we can consider other diagnoses. Cancer is one portion of what we do, but there's a whole myriad of diagnoses that we can help with. And the one we're emphasizing this month is COPD. And
what exactly is that? I hear a lot about it, and I hear commercials and everything, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
It's lung disease. It's with a COPD patient, you're having pulmonary disease that affects your breathing. And it really is a tough thing for patients to work with, especially as it worsens into its latter stages when we become appropriate, because you get a very anxious, I can't breathe feeling. And there's ways to help that, and there's ways to make that level off, but it takes a skilled clinical person to do it, and that's why hospice can be so beneficial for a patient that's in the late stages of lung disease. It's a disease that really connects with myself and you too, because my dad had that, and it was the reason he was on hospice. And that's really when I learned about how much benefit hospice can do. Prior to coming on hospice, he was just a real frequent visitor to the ER. He was going to the ER. It's gotten to the point where it was multiple times a month, 2, 3. I bet you there's a month where he had 4, just one after another. And the reason why is because he'd get this panicky, I can't breathe attacks. And I'm not saying they were in his head, and they were real. He couldn't breathe. And what happened once he was on hospice, with the availability of a nurse visiting him every week, even if things were going good, trying to catch a little change before it became a big change. And most important for him, someone to call when he first started to get that sensation that another exasperation was coming on. The nurse could come out, help him through that, maybe guide him through a breathing treatment, get him something for anxiety, calm him down and let his body kind of regroup on its own instead of having to go to the ER. And
that's also very beneficial to the family member or the caretaker.
Oh,
there,
it's much less chaos.
Right, exactly.
It was great for him. It was great for my mom. He had one more ER trip those whole 8 months that he was on hospice care, and that just made his mood so much better. His anxiety was down. His spirits were up. He was able to visit people and have people come see him. My mom was much less anxious. And the nice thing was that when the hospice folks were in the house, she could step away and catch up on her rest, and you know, drop the focus from always being the caregiver 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because that eventually will wear you out. And it was just great for her and great for him.
Okay. Now, when someone seeks hospice care, who all will be involved? You've mentioned the nurse a couple of different times, and that's a very important part, but will they still see a doctor, and will they have their own doctor, or does another doctor come in?
Well, what generally happens with Hospice Care of South Carolina is we encourage the attending doctor, the doctor that's already been with that patient for a long relationship, to stay as the attending doctor. Reason we do that is because the patients feel more comfortable that way, the family feels more comfortable that way, and that doctor usually feels more comfortable that way. So if that's what the doctor and the patient want to do, their existing doctor, their existing primary care doctor, will continue to be the doctor that will be guiding all the orders for our care. And we also do have our own medical director. And the nice thing about that is that, well, in this area it's Dr. Iris Lloyd Norris, and she oversees our staff as far as their day-to-day routines. The orders are still flowing through the other doctors, so you really have two doctors overseeing that care. And then we also have Dr. Norris as a backup. Let's say we urgently needed something, and the attending doctor was out of town or after hours couldn't be reached. We always have Dr. Norris as a backup. So it's a great system, I think, when the attending doctor stays attending, and our own hospice physician, Dr. Norris, can also be involved in the care plan as well. And sometimes we have an attending doctor that says, I feel like I'd rather just have the hospice doctor take over the hospice care. And if the doctor does want to do that, you know, then that's the road we'll take too. And that works out equally well, but it's just sometimes a little more apprehensive for the family and the patient because they have that long relationship with their existing doctor.
If someone needs hospice services, what do they need to do?
It's very simple. They can reach out and call me or call Hospice Care of South Carolina online at hospicecare.net. Anybody can make a referral to hospice. Eventually, we need to get in with their doctor to talk about the situation and find out if the doctor thinks it's also an appropriate thing to do. And we get an order from the doctor to actually start services. We can't start services without an order. But that initial conversation can start with anybody calling and say, I think I need your help. I think my wife or my husband or my aunt or my uncle or my son or my daughter, anybody might need some help. And then we call that person, let them know that someone has suggested that we might be able to help them. And if the interest is there and the need is there, then my job is to work that toward getting them on board.
Also, I think a very interesting fact is that there's no age limit with hospice. Is that correct?
There's not. The vast majority of our patients are older. 65 or older is probably the most common age we see. But I see lots of patients getting diagnosed and admitted into hospice at a younger age. And we also have the very young. We have pediatric patients that have an illness that's life-limiting, and we can help them as well. One big difference, by the way, between pediatric hospice patients and the adult hospice patient. With the adult hospice patient, we're allowed to come in when all the aggressive, curative type options have been exhausted. There's really nothing more that can be done to actually cure the disease, so we're coming in to control symptoms, keep that quality of life as high as we can, make every day a good day is our goal. But a pediatric patient can be aggressively seeking a cure at the same time that we're in there. So we can do both concurrently with the pediatric patient.
Okay, thank you, Don.
You're very welcome.
I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments.